the moment we all been waiting for. Damian Lillard, man. We've been talking episodes on episodes on episodes about loyalty versus X, Y, and Z. He finally left a situation from Portland. Obviously, we all thought, the whole world thought he was going to go to Miami. It just seemed like it was just a match made in heaven, which it could have been a match made in heaven, but this might be a better match made in heaven. So there was a blockbuster trade not too long ago. The Bucks received Damian Lillard, and then Drew Holiday got traded to the Blazers. DeAndre Ayton got traded to the Blazers. The Bucks also gave up their 2029 first-round pick, unprotected, and then swap rights on the Bucks 2028 and 2030 pick as well, too. Now, we're going to dive into, the Celtics, the Blazers, but let's focus on not only Damian Lillard, but the Bucks. What are your thoughts, my guy?
One, I just want to echo. It's crazy. I think everybody thought he was going to end up with the Heat, and it did seem like an amazing situation. So it's crazy that not only did he get traded somewhere else, but to me, I feel like it's definitely a better situation. Which it's I think that's really the best outcome for everybody. I'm really excited. I think Dame next to Giannis, like Dame's mentioned, like the pick and roll with them, I feel like it's going to be crazy. Then you combine, you have a team now that can make up for a lot of Dame's defensive deficiencies, especially in Brook Lopez and Giannis. I don't think he's ever played with an all-defense caliber player.
Yeah.
Outside of Tybal came last year, but he didn't make that team last year, So I think those guys playing together, the way that they're going to be able to cover each other up, because we all know, Giannis can, of course, get you 30 and 12 easy, but he's not really the guy you want taking jump shots and stuff in the end of games. And so that's where Chris Middleton used to come in handy. Now you have Chris Middleton and Dame. And so it feels like now, Chris Middleton's kind of an injury prone. So it feels as if even now, if he does miss time, it's not going to be as dire as it was before for them. So, it's exciting. I think the league outdoes itself every year with all the drama and everything. But, I think this is great for everybody.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. Like you said, Dame has never played with another superstar. So it's going to be great to see how things pan out. I mean, there's a couple of red flags right now. Defensively, I'm just worried about how they're going to be on the perimeter, but rim protection is going to be great. They got Bobby Portis, they got Giannis, who's been Defensive Player of the Year before, right? And then they got Brook Lopez as well, too. So I like that. But like you said, Chris Middleton hasn't been healthy these past 2 years. We'll see what happens with that. But like you said, that pick and roll is going to be crazy. And now Giannis really can kind of sit back and let Middleton and Dame close. So that's one thing. Even when we watched last year in the playoffs, even though Giannis was hurt, those games he came back, they were relatively pretty close games, but they just could not close, and they were just turnover prone as well, too. So I'm excited to see how things pan out. I think it's one of those things where they're just going to seamlessly just work out. Obviously, a lot of teams, when they have superstars come together, it's a little growing period, but I think they're going to start off relatively pretty strong as well, too. I'm also I don't really know too much about their head coach situation as well, too, him being a rookie. So that's going to be interesting to kind of – I don't remember his name, but someone – I guess Giannis just greenlit it. So we'll see how that pans out as well, too. But, man, speaking of Cronin, you think it was some beef he had with Pat Riley?
At first, on the first trade, I did think, this isn't even better than what you were going to get from the Heat. But now that they've also flipped Drew – it was the best trade. It's crazy. I feel like it was the best trade out there for them, and it was the best situation for Dame. So I don't think it's really I don't really have even if it came to it not being as great of a trade, I don't think it had anything to do with Pat Riley. I think it had everything to do with him feeling like he didn't want to get pushed around.
I can definitely see that as well too. And he's a new GM. He wants to make. He wants things to kind of go his way as well, too. So, I mean, I respect it as well, too. Like you said, he kind of flipped all that into multiple first-round picks, and he got the big man that he was looking for. So, we're going to see how things kind of pan out with that. With Dame and Giannis together, what do you think they're going to be that? Because I remember last year we were talking about, top duos as far as, scoring-wise combined. You think they're going to be up there?
I definitely do. I mean, you have two guys who just last season averaged 30. So of course I don't think that's gonna happen, but I think they could each average north of 25, and then have Chris Middleton come in somewhere 18. You know, get your usual 15 out of Bobby Portis and Brook Lopez. So yeah, I don't know if I see them as like the highest scoring duo next year. Especially, honestly, I feel like that might end up being, well, they added Beal, so I'm not sure, but I think it might be KD and Book. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting with Beal as well too. I remember last year I said it was going to be Luka and Kyrie.
Yeah,
I think I'm still sold on Luka and Kyrie. We'll see. Where do you see I mean, obviously injuries play a huge thing as well too, but where do you see? Because the East is top heavy yet again, but where do you see the Bucks ending up this year, seeding wise?
I think this year there's a clear cut 1-2. I don't think it's really close. I mean, the Heat, of course, would probably be like third, but that's just based off of. I feel like you have to have respect for them, but I still can't act like they're a great regular season team. And even the past 2 times they made it to the finals, they were not a great regular season team. So I think it's a clear cut Bucks and Celtics. I don't see anybody even being close. To me, Cleveland, I thought Cleveland might have been close, but to me, they proved last year in the playoffs they're not really there yet.
Lights too bright.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't really see it being anyone. The only one I feel like could stop them from, I guess, meeting in the conference finals would be Miami, in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay. The super team stopper.